Welcome to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports on Location. And Paul, I don't have a picture on my screen here, just FYI, but welcome to ParkTV 16 Sports on Location. We are at Benilde-St. Margaret's, bringing you Section 5 Boys Lacrosse Semifinal. The number 4 seed Trojans of Wayzata coming in to face the Red Knights of Benilde-St. Margaret's, and we are underway with the center face-off. And that is number 7 with it for Benilde, Andrew Nylander, the senior. And Benilde gets that first face-off. They come in with a 12-1 record, the number 1 seed in Section 5. And they are on offense in the white with red trunks going right to left. Wayzata in their all blue away uniforms. And that's number 12 with it for Benilde, Jackson Leischow. Leading scores for Benilde, and who to keep an eye on is Matthew Dowden. He comes in with 35 goals, Patty Burns 32 goals, and Carson Brandt with 23, and Jackson Leischow tied with him for 23. And now the big shot right over the course by number 12, Leischow. Just misses on that, and Benilde will retain possession. And again, that is number 12, Jackson Leischow, the senior captain. Remember, neither of these teams had a season last year, so it's been 2 years since playoffs for either of these squads, so you've got to realize they must be appreciating even more than they ordinarily would following the pandemic. Now Jackson Leischow at the point position, gets it to the far side on the right. And the pass to the cutter, and goal number 1 is recorded by number 30 for Benilde. Sky rolled the cutter, took the pass from Dowden.
Scoring for the Red Knights, number 30.
And there he is, number 30, Sky rolled. And the assist comes from Carson Brandt, number 1, with a rocket pass from behind the net. Finds the cutter. Sky rolled. And rolled. That will be his 12th goal of the year. He is the 6th leading scorer on the Red Knights, so that's a good sign for the Red Knights, seeing Rolled get that first goal, and that comes with 10:43 remaining in quarter number 1. And now on the ensuing face-off, the draw, number 7, Andrew Nylander, wins the second draw in a row. Let's see if it results in their second goal in a row. I'm Robert Christensen. We're at the McQuinn Athletic Complex on the beautiful campus of Benilde-St. Margaret's, bringing you Section 5 semifinal boys varsity lacrosse. And Benilde, the number 1 seed, is off to a great start with a 1-0 lead. Now that is number 5, Matthew Dowden, the senior captain, leading goal scorer. And at the point, that is number 11 now, Johnny Schiefert, the senior. Back to Dowden to Schiefert, and the shot from the corner, 45-degree angle, and that is by number 6, Gus Bell, getting the goal as he trots off, just a freshman, and Bell comes in. He's the 7th leading goal scorer with 6 on the year, getting his 7th, and look at that left-handed shot from about a 45-degree angle. And the chest shoulder bump from Sam Decker to congratulate him, and Benilde 2-0 on Wayzata. Wayzata comes in with a 7-6 record. And they find themselves in the hole here early on the road in this semifinal playoff game. And we go back to the circle and the fight for the draw at the center circle. And Wayzata needs to get possession, and they are fighting like the Dickens to get it. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of lacrosse scoring. And Wayzata does get the ball. They fighting pays off, and they're underway now. And with the ball for Wayzata, that's number 22, Mason Moore, the senior, midi. And now the ball is in the basket of Drew Getz, number 12, or the senior, number 10. Now Wayzata, this is their first opportunity on offense, and we'll see how they look. And Benilde playing a very, very aggressive perimeter man-to-man defense. And that ball almost eludes, but what a great save by Otto Berg, the junior. And Wayzata now, they'll be facing that son. The players on that far side where number 8 just had the ball, Hayden Davison. That son is coming right in from the west. And that will impact the player's vision, I believe. Now driving that left side again, number 10, that is Drew Getz. Gets pushed back. 2-0 start here if you're just joining us. Benilde got the first 2 possessions. turned them both into goals, but they lost the third draw. Now that pass right in, intended for number 21, Avery Danula, and he mishandles it. But fortunately for the Trojans, they retain possession. Clock stopped with 8:51. That is Parker Wolf, number 5, the senior midi, taking the ball out of bounds. Now to the top to number 10, that was Getz. And now into the corner to 21, that is Danula. And now number 2 in the corner, Chermak, the leading scorer for Wayzata, by the way. He's someone to keep an eye on in the scoring column should the Trojans be fortunate to score. Quick passing there and another nice save, and now he gets hit on defense. Number 15 for Benilde, Gordy Johnson, delivering the check there, and the ball comes loose, but it appears that Wayzata is going to retain possession as Otto Berg had to make another spectacular catch on the pass, and now he'll start it out. Berg now to number 2, Robbie Chermak. Chermak, as I mentioned, the leading goal scorer for Wayzata, comes in with 29 goals, 13 assists. All right, up top, that's number 8 for Wayzata, Hayden Davison. To Getz. Wayzata now being very patient. Benilde. Now the miscue by number 5. That was Parker Wolf, but he does recover, but not after a jab by the Benilde defense. And now working the near corner here, Robbie Chermak, and his shot goes wide. In nets for Benilde is number 25, Justin Dalum. And Dalum comes in with a goals against average of just 4.38. We look at that replay, and now Benilde with their third possession. They're 2 for 2 on their possessions, and that's Lakshaw, number 12, into the offensive zone for Benilde. Now number 1, Carson Brandt with a great assist on goal number 1. And now behind the net, that's number 8, Cam Gelling, the junior attacker. Now coming in off the bench to accept that ball, number 29, Adam Backman, the freshman. Lots of substitutions. Very warm here, to 93 degrees at game time, and the shot, and a nice save by Wayzata goaltender, number 19, Daniel Melnikov. And now Benilde still with possession again. That is Gelling. And the lead cutting pass is lost on the ground and picked up by Wayzata. So they withstand the pressure and they push back Benilde on that offensive four-way. As I look at the clock now, approaching 6.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. This is our second of a doubleheader, streaming live on YouTube. Earlier, Benilde girls beat Breck in a tough one, as we look at that shot by Chermak and the save by number 25 for Benilde. Dalum, the junior goaltender, keeps that ball out of the net, and now we have a whistle. Possession will remain with Wayzata. We got a great crowd on hand here. Slight breeze out of the east at 10 miles an hour. Very sunny, warm day. Now Benilde, and they get the turnover call against Chermak. That's number 24 on the play, Mason Wurtelman, the senior defenseman captain. And now on the far side, bringing the ball up is Braxton Bogan, also a senior captain for Benilde. And quickly now across midfield and out of bounds, and Wayzata forces a turnover. And that's number 6 on the play for Wayzata, Jack Peterson, the junior attacker. And he'll have the ball now to start it off in the shadows as he comes out. And he gets it over to Getz, number 10. That's number 8 with the ball in the sunshine, Haley Davison. And now we got a look here at Jack Peterson. Peterson tried to take a shot from right around the defenseman, and that went over the crossbar and out of play. And so that will bring a stoppage. 5:36 remaining. Fast-paced first quarter here in this Section 5 semifinal. Again, I'm Robert Christensen. Glad you're joining us as we're streaming live on YouTube. You can see replays. Oh, we are not streaming live on YouTube. All right, well, you can catch it on our website at ParkTV 16 Sports, probably tomorrow or the next day. If you want to rewatch a great match earlier, as I just mentioned, the girls lacrosse advanced to the championship of their section as we look at Wayzata's number 8 take a shot, Davison, And it goes out of bounds, and the Trojans will retain possession, and the Benilde home fans are very vocal in their displeasure on the judgment of the official. And now the official on the far side calls out. He confirms the play, and Wayzata is going to retain possession. As I look, both teams very intense into this as the reserves on the sidelines are standing. And now Getz with it, number 10, being guarded closely by 4, Patrick Burns, the senior captain. And now another whistle as there's substitutions. Let's watch this play as he goes down, and they throw the flag. And there was some moans and groans from the home crowd. They thought that perhaps the Wayzata Trojan went down on his own. But there's a foul on the play, and we'll have a free position for Wayzata, and they'll bring it up top around the horn to Chermak, number 2. He's their most dangerous goal scorer for Wayzata. And now quickly around the horn, back behind the goal to number 6, Jack Peterson, and the lead cut pass and a goal. Receiving it for Wayzata, Hayden Davison on the cut, takes the pass from Jack Davidson for Wayzata's first goal, and they cut the lead to just 1 with 4:42 remaining. Let's go to the replay, and he did find some space there, and he went right low in between the legs of Dalum. And you wonder if Dalum wasn't blinded a little bit by the sun as it's coming right in on him. And we'll go back to the center circle. It's 2-1. Where's the semi-final boys lacrosse? Section 5 style. We're broadcasting, streaming live from, or not streaming live, usually we are, not this time. We're on the campus of Benilde. We go back to the center circle for the draw. Our score 2-1 here. And a much closer contest again initially, and there was an infraction there on the face-off. Ball goes to Benilde, and now they have possession with 4:35 and counting remaining in quarter number 1. That is number 12, Jackson Leishow. He's been running the point position this whole first quarter. After getting 2 goals in their two first possessions, Red Knights have been stymied a couple of times here. Now Leishow over to number 4, that is Patrick Burns. Now behind the net, Carson Brandt, he's very effective, and now the shot by Dowden, and he scores it as it goes off the goalpost on the right, and he beats Melnikov. And Matthew Dowden showing every bit his leading score. Look at him thread the needle, and that was just a rocket right at waist level. And the goaltender never saw it, and look at how Dowden used the defenseman as a screen. But just the quickness and the power on that shot left little doubt that it was going to score a goal. So now Benilde, after giving up goal number 1, does exactly what a good team should do against an ostensibly inferior team, is to break them right back after giving up a goal, and that's exactly what they did, and they're back to a 2-goal lead, and now another infraction on the face-offs, and so Wayzata needs to fix that problem. They're not going to get very many goal opportunities by giving up face-offs or draws following goals like that. So now Benilde, because possession of the ball is so important in lacrosse. Can't score if you don't have the ball, right? Okay, Leishow now looking to extend their lead, and Leishow takes a big shot from about the 25, a little bit right, and that ball sailed on him as the wind is behind him out about 10 miles, and there's the shot, and on defense, just enough maybe to thwart that was number 13 for Wayzata, Cade Johnson. And now a ground ball in the corner, and it's scooped up nicely by number 30, Sky Rolled, who got goal number 1 tonight. Having a nice play there to save the possession for the Red Knights. Now Carson Brandt to Dowden. Dowden over to Leishow and to number 4, that is Burns. Burns now to Brandt, leading in front, and nice defense from behind, rebound. And number 18 for Wayzata stopped that play. Darby Sanders, the senior defender, was able to disrupt that pass right on the doorstep. And now Wayzata brings it across midfield, and running freely with it is their number 22. That's Mason Moore, the senior midi, and he'll give it up. And now Wayzata is on offense, and that again is number 10, Drew Getz, the senior. Getz now, he, like Jackson Leishow, plays the point guard, and to his right, there's Chermak to number 4, Otto Berg, and I am continually impressed by Berg, although that ball sails on him with the aggressive forecheck by Benilde, and they forced that turnover. Great defensive work by the Red Knights there. And it's hard for me to see. Okay, there's the ball in the far corner in the sunshine. That's number 15 and the long stick, Gordy Johnson, the senior. And he gives it to Lalum, and now Jackson Leischow in the offensive zone, and the quick pass, and they're gonna work quickly, and they score! What a shot! A pass, a shot, and a goal. This time, Patrick Burns puts on the heat here. Leischow should get an assist, and then the quick recognition with that pass set him up, and number 4, Patrick Burns, delivers the goods. And he is the number 2 leading scorer. He came in with 32 goals on the year. That's his 33rd. To go along with Dowden getting a goal, he's up to 36. Those two duking it out for the leading goal scorer, and it's 4-1 now for Benilde with 2:22 remaining in quarter number 1 in this semifinal matchup. Back to the center circle now and the draw. And it's been a while since Wayzata's won one of these. That's their 3rd loss in a row. And that can spell trouble, especially against a powerful team like the Red Knights. And that's number 7, Andrew Nylander, doing a spectacular job. All right, now Benilde back on offense, looking to extend their lead. And the shot this time by Dowden, and there was plenty of screeners, and that ball went a little high, just sailed over the crossbar. Watch it again here from point blank range. And it really is almost like a defensive maneuver. And there's another shot. Oh, man. You've got to be incredibly brave to play goaltender in this matchup here tonight against Benilde. Medlikov hanging in there for the Trojans against all this firepower. Now Leischow. Brandt now working the near side. He switches position. He was behind the net before. Now the shot and the turnaround, and that misses. The shot taken this time by Johnny Seifert, the senior midi, unable to find the net. So Benilde missing the net on their last few shots. They could be over anxious, or it's the defense. Now Leischow finds number 11, Seifert, and he turns, and this time he finds the net for goal number 5, and the Red Knights take a 5-1 lead. And there is the lightning play here by the Red Knights. Out top, Leischow sees Seifert, and they were asleep at the switch there. The 3 defenders, they split all 3 of them. And that allowed the goal to occur, and there is a timeout on the field here at the McQuinn Athletic Conference. I don't know if there's a timeout taken there, or it could be a water break. They have been doing those for the girls semifinal lacrosse, but that'll give us an opportunity to talk about this Section 5 bracket and how these teams got here. There was a round 1 where most of the top seeds got a bye. And we can look at it right there, actually. So there's Benilde and Wayzata. They will take on the winner of Blake Maple Grove. And that matchup, should Benilde hold on to win tonight, they will advance to Wednesday's game. It'll probably be at 4:30 or 7 o'clock, and it won't be here at Benilde, which it ordinarily would, but they're replacing their turf tomorrow, so it's unavailable. Those matches will be at the High School of St. Louis Park, just across Highway 100 and a little bit south. So if you're planning on coming down, or you can watch it, I believe we will be there, bringing it to you live, hopefully. And that should be a great matchup as well, as Benilde looks like they're off to a good start here at home late in quarter number 1 with a 5-1 win. As I mentioned, Wayzata came in with a 7-6 record. And at the beginning of the year, their start was a little bit rough. They lost their first 3. And then they went on a run of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins, then lost 1 to Minnetonka. And they beat Mounds View, then they lost 2 to Stillwater, and then they beat Armstrong in the quarterfinals to advance to the semifinal matchup. Okay, following the water break or timeout, we go back to the center circle for the draw. Following Benilde's 5th goal, there's 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining on the clock, first quarter. And again, that is Nylander, who's been fairly successful the last few times, and he wins it again. And now a little twig with the basket. There he goes, and he brings it into the offensive zone and secures possession for the Red Knights once again. And there's Schiefert, who just got the 5th goal with the ball now. And Benilde back in business by winning those faceoffs. Such a critical part. Now Carson Brandt, always dangerous from behind the net. Thrives in that position, looking, he's already got an assist on goal number 1. Now the pass out to Dowden, to Schiefert. And faking the shot there was Patty Burns. He's got a goal and another shot, this time a goal by number 8 for Benilde. And boy, they are moving quickly now. Cam Gelling on the goal. And Carson Brandt again with the assist. Watch this, the quick shot back to Brandt. Then cutting right in there and wide open, and again asleep. And you can see the Wayzata defender there with his head up going, I just missed him. And so they have not been watching those cutters very diligently, and Benilde is really starting to take advantage in that middle part of their defense. So if I'm Wayzata's coach, you gotta find a way for them to be on the ever lookout for those cutters. But now they really need to win a face-off here with 39.6 seconds. They down 5 goals here, and things could get out of hand quickly if Wayzata doesn't win a face-off soon, it feels like. And they lost that one again. And the score is starting to reflect their ability to lose face-offs. And again, Benilde looking for more with less than 30 seconds, 27 to be exact. And Carson Brandt, now to the near side, Dowden. Benilde already finishing this quarter strong, trying to finish it even stronger. Carson Brandt trying to work that side. Now to Dowden, passes up on the pass. Now Schiefert, and the shot by Gelling this time again. This time goes wide left. Actually, the shot was taken by number 6 for Benilde. That is Gus Bell. And there's 5.2 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Benilde still with possession. And they have some time here if they can get it in there. Let's see here. 5.2, there's the whistle. Not yet. False start. We'll see if they have a play set up. Here comes Dowden, the pass, and it gets by over the head, and that will do it for quarter number 1. But not before Benilde gets 6 goals to Wayzata's 1. And so at the end of 1 quarter of play, our score 6-1. Come on back for quarter number 2.
Your story doesn't have to end. As an organ donor, the good in you can live on. In fact, you could save up to 8 lives through organ donation. Sign up to give the gift of life after you're gone. You'll be happy you did. And just maybe, someone else will too. Sign up online today as an organ, eye, and tissue donor at organdonor.gov. It saves lives.
Well, I just took a break there, and we're about to begin quarter number 2. You are watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We are bringing you Section 5 semifinal boys lacrosse, and if you're just joining us, there's our score. Benilde, the number 1 seed, got off to a little bit slow of a start, at least as far as they're concerned, but they did figure it out late in the first quarter and got 4 consecutive goals, and they've got a 5-1, 6-1 lead here. But now Wayzata finally has possession here with 12 minutes to go in the half. Our second quarter underway, and Wayzata has to get on the board here to make this a contest before it gets too out of hand. All right, now there's Chermak, and he's their number 1 scorer, and he misses badly on that shot. And for Wayzata to get back in that, they need better shots, as he had a chance there. He had a free opportunity, but Wayzata, though, does keep possession. That is number 8 with it, Hayden Davison. And Wayzata needing a goal desperately, and a shot and a nice save by Dalum. And that is a confidence booster for the Red Knights on defense, but they turn it right back over, and that shot goes wide. So Wayzata able to come back. And that is now another turnover as Benilde takes over. So bang, bang play there as Dalum comes up with a great save, the junior goaltender, Justin Dalum. And now we're back live underway here. And Benilde will work the ball up and hits his man right across midfield. That's Burns with it. Burns now advances the ball into the corner, and now Carson Brandt on offense. He'll take his time in the near corner. There's Burns and Leishau, number 12, at the point. And Benilde now with a 5-1 lead here, early quarter number 2, Section 5 semifinal action. And that is Patty Burns, number 4. He has one of the 6 goals so far for the Red Knights. Now Carson Brandt has an assist in the quarter number 1. And now both teams taking it easy. We saw some of this in the girls' semifinal win earlier this afternoon with the heat here around 93 degrees at game time. High humidity, although it does seem a little less. It's a warm evening here. Well above average temps for this time of year in Minnesota, probably by a good 10 degrees or so, at least 20 maybe. Now the fake pass, look at that. Great control, the ball being displayed by Patty Burns there. Almost like a magician. Now Leishau, as I look at the clock, under 10 minutes to go. Now here comes Burns. Looks like they caught their breath. The girls were taking their breath, and the big shot and a goal. His second of the afternoon. Sky rolled, the freshman, and he just put that ball right at eye level. We're gonna get a perfect angle of it right here coming up. And here he comes, Patty Burns draws the opening, and the backup defender just allowed him to just wind up. And you wonder if the sun didn't impact the vision of Melnikov, the defender goaltender, but that is a goal for Benilde, and their first of quarter number 2. They up their lead by 6 to 7-1. And we go back for the draw. And Wayzata now really on their heels here, needing a face-off, and more than that, a goal, maybe more than one goal. That's Cooper Marshall to do the draw for Benilde, going against Nylander, who's been doing the honors for Benilde, and this time Wayzata does get the win, but they drop the ball but pick it up. That's 22, Mason Moore. So Wayzata looking a little vulnerable right now, down 6 goals, and that ball just an unforced error. And that does not build confidence when you're down by 6 in a semifinal match like this one against a powerful team like Benilde. Look at that pass and completion, and suddenly they're in the offensive zone. Patty Burns, number 4, with it. Now to Leishau, 12. Benilde really looking in control now here in the second quarter. That's Carson Brandt, number 1. Underhand pass. In the sun, that's Dowden, and the pass to Burns, and that was pure talent there, folks. Dowden crosses the middle and sees Burns standing on the doorstep, wide open, looking right, and then bang, a no-look pass by Dowden, finds Burns. He beats the defender and the goaltender for goal number 8. It's 8-1 with 8:53 remaining, and now that brings up the mercy rule. And Paul, do you remember, what is the mercy rule for boys lacrosse? I can't, is it 10 or 12 goals? But we are now getting into that stage, as Wayzata now, after getting a goal here in the first quarter, has really shown no sign of getting back into this one, at least not yet. So we go to the center circle, and this time it is number 30 with it, and Benilde wins that. On the draw was Sky Rolled, or no, it was number 20 for Benilde, excuse me. Mitchell Dokman, the junior, coming in doing the honors in place of Nylander. So Coach Rob Horn spreading the duties of the draw, and now Patty Burns on offense again. 8:22 remaining. There's Burns, he takes another shot, and this one sails on him and goes all the way into the wilderness behind the goal there. It's like a bog or some sort of bog out there, it looks like. Very beautiful, and there's a shot, a goal! The pass from Carson Brandt. Again, so dangerous from behind the net with those lightning passes. And he finds number 30, Sky Rolled, and Rolled, the 6th leading scorer, suddenly has a hat trick in this semifinal. Just a freshman out there, really making an impact. But again, I can't overemphasize the effectiveness of that pass by just a sophomore. Carson Brandt to Sky Rolled. Rolled coming in on the year with 10 goals. Actually entered the game with 11, now he's up to 14, and he's still the 6th leading scorer. And now the following draw face-off is won by number 31 for Benilde. That's Chow Stevens, the sophomore, and now into the 4 offensive zone again, going down Mitchell, and he tripped on his own. Number 20, Mitchell Dokman, and that was a turnover because of the trip there. So Wayzata catches a break there, 7:47 remaining in quarter number 2. Now Wayzata's number 8 with it, that is Hayden Davison. Now Davison comes in and he goes down, and there is gonna be a flag on the play. Number 8, Hayden Davison, the senior, taking matters into his own hands, but pays the price as he tried to go in almost kamikaze style. Very brave. And the net result of that is we've got a foul on number 2, Finn Murphy, the senior. He's down for one knee, so a player advantage for 1 minute with 7:32 remaining, and a chance here for Wayzata to try to cut into the 8-goal lead. Down 9-1, and now a misplay, can't find it. And we got a whistle, and Wayzata's gonna keep possession as the goaltender, Justin Dalum, came out to play it. So Wayzata retains possession, and they have the ball. And if I'm them, they really gotta break it down and just into little pieces here. And the one is they gotta get the next goal. That should be the game within the game. They score next. And then let's see how we feel then and go from there. If they think about the total score, it'll feel insurmountable. They just need to get a goal, and that shot goes wide. Good defense by Benilde, and the Trojans will retain possession. Clock stopped with 6:55 remaining. And play back underway. That's number 10, Drew Getz. Getz now. And the shot and a goal by number 8, Hayden Davison, and he gets his just rewards. He's the one that brought the ball deep and took some punishing hits, drew the foul, and I believe that is a power play goal. And Davison will get credit for the goal, so now the Red Knight lead is cut to 7. And that's gonna bring out Andrew Nylander to take the draw here as we look at the replay, and what a nifty looking shot that was. As we go to the center circle, and in to take the draw for Wayzata is Kazra Lindrup against Andrew Nylander. 9-2 our score, 6:44 remaining, quarter number 2. Winner goes to the championship on Wednesday against the winner of the other semifinal, which is number 2 Blake School against Maple Grove, which was played earlier this afternoon, but I do not have a score on that. If Benilde wins, they will not play exactly at home. They'll play at the St. Louis Park, because this turf that we're looking at, I think this is going to be the last contest played on it. My understanding is they're going to replace the whole thing starting tomorrow, so I'm sure that takes more than a day to put a big turf like that in like this. We look at Wayzata now following that last goal, and there's a shot by Chermak and the save by Dalum as he snatches it out of the air. Nice defense by number 25, Justin Dalum, as he robs Chermak of that goal. Now here comes Benilde into the foreground in the offensive zone, and we got a whistle and a timeout maybe being called by Benilde, it appeared to me, as we look at this shot. Davison to Chermak, the leading scorer, looking to get something going, and there is Dalum. And it is a timeout taken by the Red Knights with 5:52 remaining. And our score remains 9-2. As I was mentioning, the other semifinal has Maple Grove versus the Blake School, and Benilde and Blake, I don't think they played this year, or did they? Let me check my notes here. Nope, those two rival schools have not played this year. I think the season was a bit truncated because of the pandemic. The season started in mid-April and restrictions were still in place. And they just weren't on the calendar this year. So Blake, if they get by their semifinal round, will meet the Red Knights if they hold on here, and that will be again on Wednesday. But again, I don't know about Maple Grove either. And you never know, as Benilde girls almost got upset earlier today by a very tough Breck Mustangs team who came in with a 3-10 record and was within a goal until the final moments of that matchup. But fortunately for the girl Red Knights, they advanced, and they'll be playing in the championship on Wednesday, and we'll be there to bring it to you as well, hopefully live on YouTube or in St. Louis Park on Comcast. Now this is Carson Brandt and the Red Knights on offense. 5:36 remaining, quarter number 2. 7-goal lead, and that is number 6 for the Red Knights, Gus Bell. And he's also a freshman out there, so all classes well represented up and down the lineup for the Red Knights. And they have really had a powerhouse program here, as they've been runner-ups in the state tournament. I think 3 out of the last 3 years, or something, 4 out of the last 5. They have not broken through. And so they are thirsting for a state championship, and right now they look well on their way to that quest, at least in this semifinals. We now approach 5 minutes remaining. And the shadows now starting to appear on the field as the sun continues to set from behind our camera angle, and there's a big shot and a goal by number 6. Gus Bell, the freshman attacker, gets goal number 10 with 4:56 remaining. 10-2 our score here. And let's go to the replay as we look at Gus Bell take matters into his own hands and just line it up and bring the heat and get it by the goaltender, Daniel Melnikov. And our score now 10-2. We go back to the center circle for the draw. Is that Nylander back in there? For the Trojans, it's Mason Moore, the senior midi, or midfielder. And look out at the stands here. Good crowd on hand, and Benilde gets that, and it's Nylander, and he's on the warpath here, looking, and he pulls back. I thought he could have taken it all the way, but he'll give it up to number 31. That's Chow Stevens, the sophomore. And Stevens gives it up to Jackson Leishow. Now Leishow looking for his teammates. Patty Burns now comes in. He's like, hey, where's my guy, Patty? Yep, and okay, there's my guy, Sky Rolled, who's got 3 goals, rolled 30 with it. Having a great evening here in this semifinal. Now Rolled to the near side. Patrick Burns. Now Carson Brandt. Now to number 30. Sky Rolled. Rolled now. Nice pass in. Leishow takes it and quickly delivers it to the back of the net for goal number 11. Jackson Leishow gets on the scoring board and in the scoring column, and let's see how this play materialized. There's Sky Rolled. Patty Burns. Both of those gentlemen have goals. Burns coming in, and look, it just steps right into the open space, Leishow. And no one there to pick him up. And there's the defender, 3 for Wayzata. Jackson Kaitner just missed him. need to get that head up. He didn't have anybody else to guard and was just sitting back there tightly, and Leishout stepped in there to that gap, and Patty Burns recognized it and delivered the assist. Okay, back to the center circle once again following that goal, and that's Kazra Lindrup to do the draw. And let's see if it's still Nylander in there for Benilde, and it is, and he wins it again. And boy, Benilde is now really taken over and dominating the Trojans here in quarter number 2. Now Jackson Leishout fresh off that goal, number 11. And I believe if we get to another goal lead here for the Red Knights, it'll be running time. And there's Sky Rolled as he comes in, and boy, the Red Knights just look super sharp here with their passing. Trotting around there, appearing very confident, and they have 11 reasons to believe that they're confident as we watch Burns take a few chops from Cooper Marshall. And there's another goal, this time by Dowden. And now we have the mercy rule in place, I believe. That goal coming with 3:22. And now it's just getting a little too easy here for the Red Knights, isn't it? Of course it's not too easy, but they're making it look easy, which tells you how talented they are. And there's Dowden, the leading scorer, goes low off the turf and bounces it in about ankle high. So Matthew Dowden comes in with 35 goals on the year. That's number 36 to go along with his 13 assists. He's got 49 points. And the clock is stopped with 3:22 remaining. 12-2. Clock stopped, and now a whistle on the face-off, and they're going to give it to Wayzata. So now a chance for Wayzata to try to get on the board here late in the second quarter. With the ball now, that's number 20, Cooper Marshall. And again, now number 8, Hayden Davison, who has one of the 2 goals. Now Davison will try to make something happen again on his own. Gets pushed back. On defense for the Red Knights there, Sam Pickle, and there's a quick shot, and it gets by off the mark, taken by Chermak, the leading scorer for the Trojans. That stops the clock with 2:46 remaining. And now we're back underway, 2:43. Davison to Drew Getz. Now number 5 for Wayzata, that is Parker Wolf. Looking. That is number 6 for the Trojans, Jack Peterson, and he puts the ball in on an individual effort. Jack Peterson, number 6, the attacker, slithers his way through there, and watch the move he puts on here. Head fake right, leans in, keeps the ball, and wow! And you can't, the defense could do nothing about that. That was basically a magic shot over his shoulder. No look goal, beats Dahlum. And if you're Dahlum, I wouldn't worry about it too much. That was one heck of a trick shot by Jack Peterson, the junior. Gives Wayzata a little bit of respectfulness on the score though, but they're still down by 9 goals now. And the face-off is won by Nylander, and he scoops it up, and he'll try to bring it across midfield, splits the defense, draws the contact, loses the ball, and there is a whistle. And now the Red Knights will take their second timeout with 2:05 remaining, even though they have a 9-goal lead. Obviously, the coach saw something he wanted to correct or implement. So there they are, and now there's a few high clouds, but the sun is now setting behind the school, and the shadow is now covering the entire field, so that should bring some relief from the conditions of the heat and humidity here at the McQuinn Athletic Complex. We're in the waning moments of quarter number 2. There is 2:05 remaining. Winner of this match will play the winner of Blake Maple Grove, which was played earlier today. I do not know that score. And that matchup will be at St. Louis Park High School. So, okay, a quick timeout this time. And again, 2:05 on the clock. And Benilde had just won possession following the Wayzata goal. There was a whistle and then a timeout called, and it looks like Sky rolled number 30 at about the 47-yard line. We'll start it out for the Red Knights, and we'll see if they hold on to the ball. Are they going to be gunning for another goal here? Are they going to wait until and get the last shot? And let's see now, Leishow in there, gets it to Burns on the near side, now behind the net. That's number 10 now in the match for the Red Knights, and a whistle. That's Casey Ryan, the junior attacker midfielder. Now Sky rolled, that's R-O-L-D, Jackson Leishow, 1:43 remaining. He rushes the net, back pass to Burns at the point. And aggressive defense by number 22, that's Mason Moore for Wayzata. Burns still with it though. Now gets it back to Dowden. Dowden scored a few moments ago for the first time tonight. And now 10 is Ryan, and he comes in and scores it. And I think he came off the bench following that timeout. And if he did, what a great move by the coach for the Red Knights. Rob Horn, as following that timeout, Casey Ryan off the bench, the sophomore, gets the goal. Let's look at the replay, Leishow. And then he just puts the move on and comes right in, and right there, shoulder length. And again, the sun is not covering the entire field. I stand corrected. It is now back out, so there is some clouds behind us. I thought it might be going behind the school. It's getting there. You can see the stands kind of shadowing there, but clearly the sun is still shining out of much of the field. So 1:23 remaining, 10-goal lead. So the mercy rule must be 12. My math was off there a little bit earlier. And now with the draw and winning it is number 20, Mitchell Dinkman, the junior, and they come right in, and ball will remain in possession of the Red Knights. Carson Brandt picks one up behind the net. Clock stopped, 1:15 remaining in quarter number 2. And that is Carson Brandt to the far side to number 3, Sam Decker now in the match, the senior, to the point position. That's number 6, Gus Bell. Now Sam Decker. Bell, he'll take another shot, and this one just whips wide left. Going for that upper left-hand corner. Now Carson Brandt finds Dowden. He does exactly what Dowden does. The leading goal scorer took the pass on the cut and put it in the upper right-hand corner to beat Melnikov with 47.8 seconds, and now it's 14-3. 11-goal lead here as we look at Dowden at the tail end, and he took the pass from Carson Brandt, and what a great combination that is. Which makes me want to check on Brandt's statistics when it comes to assists, and he does lead the team in assists, not surprisingly, 34 in the year to go along with his 13 goals. Or 23 goals, 34 assists, 57 points. He's actually the leading point scorer on the team by a good margin with all those assists, as they each get a point when it comes to total points on offense. And now on the following draw in the center circle, Mitchell Dockman wins that draw, and Benilde has the ball again. And now it's in the hands of, or the basket of Casey Ryan, who just scored. 35 seconds remaining, Jackson Leishow. You gotta think Benilde wants to get that 12th leading goal off the post, ricochets adjacent and out of bounds. Benilde retain possession. Patty Burns will lead it off here, number 4, as we look at that replay. Right off the post. 24 seconds remaining. Brandt behind the net. He might do a solo act here, I'm feeling. Now the pass, the cut. Burns tried to do a behind the back shot, or behind the head trick shot. And that ended up in a turnover, a miss and a turnover. And for a second there, Dowden felt the Red Knights had possession. He was reminded that they did not, and now Wayzata has it. The goaltender, Melnikov. And his pass is intercepted, picked up, and a quick shot and a goal! With 0.8 seconds remaining, heads up play by Casey Ryan. And there is the miscue, the pickup, and to have the wherewithal to know how much time left is and to get rid of that ball on the bounce beats Melnikov for the 15th goal with just 0.8 seconds remaining, which means I believe we will start with running time to begin quarter number 3. That was spectacular play by Casey Ryan, who came off the bench, scores the last 2 goals late in quarter number 2. And we'll have time for just one more face-off, and coming out for Benilde to do the honors will be Mitchell Dockman, who's done well as in replacement of the stellar play of Andrew Nylander at that position. And now there's the whistle to end quarter number 2. It's halftime here from McQuinn Athletic Complex. Our score, 15-3 in the semifinal matchup. Come on back for quarter number 3.
Millions plan for retirement online. Estimate your future benefits, apply for retirement, and manage your benefits all from the comfort of your home. And give yourself the freedom to do what you want offline. Social Security's online services help put you in control with secure access to your information anytime, anywhere, allowing you to spend more time with family, friends, or simply just enjoying the day. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. See what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
Welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports production of Section 5 semifinal boys lacrosse. We are at the McQuinn Athletic Complex on the campus of Benilde-St. Margaret's, bringing you Section 5 playoffs, and that is our score to begin quarter number 3. Benilde with a 12-goal margin with a strong finish, or is that 11-goal margin? No, 12 goal. Our score is 15-3. Our graphic is a bit off there, as 2 goals were scored by Casey Ryan off the bench. And I think then we are in the mercy rule, which means the clock should not be stopping. So 12 minutes on the clock, just under, and Benilde with the ball. That's Jackson Leischow, number 12. And we'll see how long Coach Rob Horn goes with his starters, as that's Dowden, number 5. And around the horn it goes. It's very unlikely that Benilde is going to let this game get by them, so they will be playing in the championships of Section 5 on Wednesday, probably at 7 o'clock, and will be here at the McQuinn Athletic Complex. I found out they're going to replace the turf later, so that is not going to happen tomorrow, so that those matches can take place here. So we'll be bringing you a double header, streaming live on YouTube, and also always available at ParkTV 6, not live on YouTube. So we're not doing that anymore, Paul just told me. So now Dowden with behind the back trick shot with the goal, 16-3. So we're gonna see the trick shots coming out. We saw Burns do one earlier. Watch this, folks. The twist move, cuts back left, and the no-look shot goes in the net by Dowden. That's his 2nd goal of the night, his 37th on the year, and is also his 50th point to go with his 18 assists. Gives him 50 points on the year. He trails just Carson Brandt in the points total, but he does have the leading goal totals for the team at 37 now, with 13 assists for 50 points. And now Wayzata's number 8, Hayden Davison, has the ball, but he loses it on the contact, and now here comes Benilde back in business on offense. And they're just gonna be keeping their skills up here as we look at Carson Brandt. Nice nifty pass to Dowden, and he winds up and takes a shot, and that sails wide right. And we had a perfect angle. Right down on that shot, you could see it was just him mano-mano with the goaltender, Melnikov. If he's still in nets, there he is. He has faced a barrage of shots, and clock continues to run now. We are in running time. However, the play is stopped. The official is out of the view of our picture coming in from the right side. He was way over on the sideline. Okay, he's back. And now it looks like we're about to start. And with the ball there in the far corner, that is number 8, Cam Gelling. And now that is number 3, Sam Decker. And winding up and scoring, number 3, Sam Decker, the senior midi, gets on the board for the 17th goal. And in the quarterfinals, Benilde won 18-0 against Hopkins. And now they're up 17-3 in this semifinal, and whatever competition Wayzata was offering up, and they did a little bit early, but it's really been all Red Knights. 17-3 is like a very bad football score, and in lacrosse, it's just as bad. Down that many goals, so clock continues to run now as we approach 8 minutes in quarter number 3. And to the center face-off, number 28, Cole Simpkins, the senior, to do the honors. And now number 7 with it, Andrew Nylander. And Nylander will leave, and that gives the ball to Johnny Schiefert. And Schiefert with it. And now Jackson Leischow. And that is for Patty Burns. Jackson Leischow. And that's 29, handling it, Adam Beckman. Now, number 3, or that's 4, Burns, and that shot. Karam's out of bounds, and Benilde will retain possession as we look at the replay and look at the shot by Leischow as it goes right for the corner and just misses. And now in, and a nice save by Melnikov stops number 29, Beckman, as he was right in on the play, and play continues on. And there's a pass inside and a goal, this time by Dowden. He gets his hat trick tonight. In traffic, takes that shot, or that pass, I should say, from Carson Brandt. And watch him put the speed on, keeps his head up, and look at that pass and catch in between taking the hit, Dowden, but not before he puts it in the net for the 18th goal. Clock continues to run with 6:25 remaining, third quarter. And it's really academic at this point, mainly what the final score is going to be as we look to the center circle and the draw by Benilde's number 20, Mitchell Dockman. And now the face-off, and it's won or controlled, and now across, and that's going to be a infraction foul on Kazra Lindrup, number 1, and now Benilde's number 23 with it. That is Brad Little, the sophomore midi, with the ball. So Benilde getting their bench players some playing time with plenty of time left, giving them experience. So great move there by Rob Horn. No reason to risk injury to his big hitters this year. As we watch number 10, Casey Ryan, he scored 2, I think, significant goals late in the second quarter, which really solidified it. Look at that pass and a save by Melnikov. And you can see how hard it is to play goaltender in lacrosse. They half the time don't even see the ball. They got to be in the right position and just react. And you talk about, you wonder if those goaltenders suffer a little bit of post-traumatic stress disorder with, especially a game like this against the Red Knights. Just constantly under pressure, Melnikov is, as the entire defense for Wayzata is. Now it's picked up on the run there by Decker. So just so much skill and talent for the Red Knights. Starting and not starting. And now Carson Brandt. He's got 1 goal and several assists, and he takes a shot and tries to thread the needle in the upper left-hand corner. And that ball goes sailing out of bounds. Clock continues to run, 4.5 minutes. We watch that replay, and what a great angle, and just misses. I don't think it caught the, boy, you can see the pace now. Now Carson Brandt to 23, Brad Little backs up, showing great agility out there, doesn't he? Now number 3, Decker. And his pass a little off the mark for Johnny Schiefert, who has a goal tonight. Now ground ball picked up by Wayzata's number 17 with the long stick. That's Simon Kimlinger, the sophomore defender. And that ball comes loose and out of bounds, and an unforced error by the Trojans leads to another turnover and possession with the Red Knights. 3:41 and counting now. Now it's Carson Brandt. Substitutions and a pass and a goal by Patty Burns, and I swear he came all the way from the bench and didn't even break stride and came right into the scoring zone. And there is Carson Brandt, and Patty Burns, I think, came all the way off the bench. There he is, takes that. Look at how he took that pass too, kind of on the backhand, and then brings it back to the forehand to put the shot in. And it's 19-3, so Benilde sending a message here to the entire state. They must have, without talking to them, we must know that they want that state tournament. They've been runner-ups 3 or 4 times in the last 5 years, and they have just missed it. And after not even having a playoff opportunity or a season last year, you gotta feel that their motivation level is as high as it can get to win a championship. They did have trouble with Chanhassen this year, and they may run into them in the state tournament, which may very well likely be at their stadium, only because that tends to be where the state tournaments are held for girls and boys lacrosse there. Oh, it's at Stillwater. I guess I knew that, so that'll be different. Way out east. That is more than a field trip to go to Stillwater. That's a weekend. It's a long, long bus ride. Okay, now 2:11 remaining. Wayzata with possession, seeing they can get another goal here. And for them, they've had a decent year, 8-7. You know, won a couple rounds here in the Section 5, and there's a shot and a chance to work on their skills. And for the seniors, their last moments playing, at least as high schoolers. And, you know, you watch a team like the Red Knights, and they're just a powerhouse, both the girls and boys program. And they have players that are decent at all levels, grade levels, as we look at the turnover forced by number 31, Chow Stevens, the sophomore, still on the ground ball. Sky rolled there, number 30, along with 31, Chow Stevens. And now the whistle and the turnover, or the ball goes to Wayzata's number 5. That is Parker Wolf. Wolf now to number 2, Chermak. And Chermak, the leading scorer for the Trojans, had little impact on this game, as Jackson Lightshout gives him a little cross bump there. And Chermak, you gotta feel he is jonesing to get on the board here for sure. And there's a shot and a save by number 27 in nets for the Red Knights. Axel Esco is in on relief, and he makes a nice save. Just a freshman getting some action here in also some playoff action type style. So great save by the freshman as he comes in relief of Dahlum, the junior. So the goaltending situation looks very good for the future for the Red Knights as well. 37 seconds remaining in quarter number 3 of running time. We got a whistle and a foul. Clock will continue to run, and there is a flag, so it looks like Carson Brandt might get called on that, as he will leave the field, number 1. So somebody's gonna take a knee over there, and we'll find out if it's Brandt. And I can't tell. He came off the field for sure. And Wayzata will have the ball, and that is Chermak. And there's a quick shot and a save just as time was running out, but that is nevertheless another save for the freshman in relief. Axel Esco saves that. So after 3 complete, our score 19-3 in the semifinal action. Come on back for quarter number 4.
Drownings are the #1 cause of accidental death for young children. Simple safety steps are the best way to prevent these tragedies. Make sure kids learn how to swim. Designate an adult water watcher to watch kids in and around water. Save the phone calls and texts for when the kids are out of the water. Properly fence all pools with fences at least 4 feet high and with self-closing, self-latching gates. When above-ground pools aren't in use, remove the ladders. When pools aren't in use, cover them. Teach kids to stay away from drains. And if a child is missing, check the pool or spa first. Consider the steps you take, then add a few more, because you never know which pool safety step will save a life. Until it does. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
Welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports production of Section 5 semifinal boys lacrosse. We're about to begin quarter number 3 of this foregone conclusion of who's going to win. Of course, the Red Knights, #1 seed with a sizable lead here, to say the least. 16 goals, 19 tallies so far. We're about to begin quarter number 4. We're in running time. I'm Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us. This is the second of a doubleheader. The girls lacrosse won their semifinal matchup in Section 5, and they will move on to the championship round on Wednesday. We will be there to broadcast it. If you live in St. Louis Park, it should be live on Comcast, but and then on tape delay at our website, parktv.org. And we go to the center circle for the draw in quarter number 4. And that is won by Benilde's #20, Mitchell Dockman. And he goes down hard, and that brings the flag. So it could get a little chippy here as the play continues on with the yellow flag on the ground and a scramble as both teams emptying the bench. And it could get a little chippy out there with this differential score. And understandably, there are frustrations, especially if you're on the Wayzata side, as Dockman goes down. Both teams need to keep their composure here. But I'm sure it's been very frustrating for the Trojans in a match like this. So clock continues to run in running time as they sort out the flags here and get reorganized. And it looks like we're about to begin. 11:09 remaining, and they are clock underway. That's Leishau, Patty Burns. They're their starters still in the match. So they want to stay focused. And so Davison gets 30 seconds for pushing, so a player advantage for a half minute for Burns. And the Red Knights, and the pass intended for #8, Gelling, unable to handle it, kind of mistimed his jump as he reached for it, and that resulted in a turnover, and the ball's picked up by Mason Moore for the Trojans. And his shot pass to the goaltender gets by him, and the referee looks like he's in the way, and the two players going for it, #17, Kimlinger, along with 2 Red Knights. That is Dowden, and picking it up for the Red Knights, or no, for the Trojans was 22 more, but then a whistle as he was running away, and they're gonna call an infraction on the Trojans, and now Dowden has it on offense. And behind the net, that's Carson Brandt, and the shot misses wide left by Sky Rold, who already has 3 goals on the night, looking for #4. And the Red Knights retain possession now under 10 minutes remaining in quarter number 4. And a quick shot there taken by #8, Cam Gelling, the junior attacker. That ball deflected in front, ricochets out of bounds behind the net. Carson Brandt now with it. Brandt being guarded closely by Will Schneider, the freshman, #27 with the long stick. And now Patty Burns comes right in and scores. Wow, what quick moves he has, and a lightning release on that shot as he takes another assist from Carson Brandt, and he scores the 20th goal of the night. That comes with about 9:25 remaining as he gets right around, and look at the leverage he gets on that shot. So compact and efficient, and he packs the power with that ball, man. Okay, now here comes Nylander, #7, out to take the draw, and it appears #22, Mason Moore, will do the honors for the Trojans. And we'll have another draw now with just under 9 minutes remaining here, quarter number 4. Red Knights will be moving on to the championship game, and it will be right back here at the McQuinn Athletic Complex. For a moment, we thought that those games, the championships that both the girls Benilde Lacrosse and boys lacrosse will be in, Wednesday will be right back here. And now here comes Leishau to Dowden. Quick passing coming right in and taking a shot at his head. Number 8, Gelling, looking to score here for the second consecutive time down the field, and I wonder if they're not trying to get him on the board, but he takes a shot to the head. That draws the flag. And the blow delivered there by, looked like number 14 or 10. I think 14, Cape Colts maybe gets the penalty. They signal it over on the side out of our view. Clock continues. So Darby Sanders gets the penalty, 2 minutes for cross-checking. So to add insult to injury, Wayzata is now down a player for 2 minutes, 7.5 minutes remaining, and we've got a timeout on the field. And the Trojans take the timeout to regroup, I guess. And I'm not exactly sure what the reasoning is, but there, I think, Paul, we can move the BSM name to the right there now. I don't know. They are going to be in the championship, and it's going to be right here, probably at 7 o'clock, but maybe 4:30. And their counterpart, the girls, will also be in the Section 5. So Benilde just dominating the sections in boys and girls lacrosse again, as they have for most of this last 5 or 6 years. And just a lovely night now it's turning out to be as the sun starts to set behind us. The temperatures, I think, are dropping just a little bit. But at game time, it was still 93 degrees here at 7 o'clock at night for an early June. That is highly unusual, although not unheard of. But very warm these last several days, and it's going to continue to be warm, I think, even into Wednesday. But the players don't seem to be suffering any ill effects out there. And especially the Red Knights, they look in great shape physically. Still 91 degrees here at coming up at 8:23 in the evening. And we're not even near July yet. So a nice, warm, hot summer awaits the Minnesota population in the metro area. Okay, we're coming out of the timeout, and the clock does stop for timeouts. So timeouts really mean something in running time, I just noticed. And all right, now Wayzata will start out with it deep in their own territory, trying to get out, and there is the double team by Dowden along with Cal Stevens. And that is Davison trying to muscle his way out, and he successfully does. And he lowers the shoulder on Gelling, and here comes Davison all the way, comes in, shoots, and he takes a hit. Ball deflected after the save, and 2 more flags coming in, and boy, he came in kamikaze style. Watch this, he was not stopping, and he gets hit from the side by number 21, Braxton Bogan, the senior defender, and he's gonna hit the showers on that one. That has to be a penalty on him. He really kind of came in from the blind side, it looked like to me. So the clock is now stopped again. What happened to the running time? The score is 20-3, is 6:48 remaining. And I look across, and yeah, he's on his knee. And they are sorting it out. But I expect Wayzata to have the ball.
Penalty against the BSM Red Knights, number 21, Braxton Logan. 1 minute for cross-check.
Yep, 1 minute for cross-check. Okay, we're back underway. And clock underway, 6:45 remaining. Wayzata with a player advantage and the ball. We're now past the halfway point. Here's Chermak, number 2. You know, we mentioned him at the outset of our broadcast as the leading scorer, but he has not had any impact whatsoever tonight, much to the disappointment of the Trojans. Talking about Robbie Chermak, he has 29 goals and 13 assists on the year, but nada tonight as the defense, as we look at the 9th grader in nets. And boy, he looks smooth out there, number 27. Axel Esco, he's been tested a couple times tonight and he's played very well, made 2 nice saves already. He hasn't even allowed a goal, I don't believe. And now a big shot by number 31, Charles Stevens, the sophomore. It's a rare opportunity to score. And Chow Stevens has looked to see what his stats are, and he has no goals on the year, and that may be, as a sophomore, his first goal as a varsity in a playoff game especially, so that's got to feel good for the young man, the sophomore. Chow Stevens, congratulations on your first goal of the year. If it's not your first goal of your varsity career, I don't know if you played last year much. And that makes the score 21-3. 5:17, clock running down here. And hopefully things settle down. If there's one good thing I was going to say about that timeout a few moments ago was just that the tempers were starting to flare and it was getting a little chippy, and it's a time for the coaches to really calm their players down. You know, protect from the gloating and the humiliating. Don't need that kind of stuff out there. Want to stay classy, of course, both sides do. And Benilde just having a great night here as we look at number 23 with it. Brad Little now on the side, and they're trying to get it to Cam Gelling. I think that must be on the agenda here. For some reason, they want to get him a goal. They seem to be favoring him. Just checking out Gelling's stats coming in. I don't know if he's on the stat board or not. Let's see here. Yeah, I think I can. Oh no, Gelling has 21 goals on the year, so he just wants to get a piece. He's used to scoring, and I don't think he scored it all tonight, so now I get it. As they say, as Keel Elliott likes to say, the big dog's got to eat. So the big dog, Gelling, wants to eat, so they're going to try to get him a goal, and there he takes a shot at a goal. So clearly that was the agenda, and now Gelling's like, okay, thank you. I'm the 5th leading scorer on the team. It's my turn. And he is the 5th leading scorer on the team. And Sky Rolled has 11 on the year coming in, and he's got 4 tonight, so he's closing in on that 5th spot. So nice job here, Gelling. As that Carson Brandt, another assist for Brandt. God, he is such a great assist maker, playmaker out there. And now Gelling saying thank you, because he had the last 3 shots on net. So it was clear that was the agenda. So I take a look at the clock, still running. 3:20 remaining as we go back to the center circle, 22-3. And that face-off is won this time by Dockman, and he comes in. And now flags go up, so everywhere. And clock continues to run, hopefully, and it does. So this should take about a minute off the clock as we watch. And there was the shot, and that brought the flags. Number 18 for Wayzata, Darby Sanders. He already got 2 minutes earlier for a cross check, and I think he's gonna see it again as I do see him leaving the pitch. Clock now at 2:35, and now another timeout. You've got to be kidding me.
Timeout BSM. Their first of the half.
Now Benilde calls a timeout, and I have to say I don't understand that. But that is what they've decided to do, and the only reason is to calm his team down. That has to be it, that they don't retaliate. Because there was a bit of a cheap shot, I would say. Wasn't terrible. Yeah. So they fouled him out of the game, number 18, Darby Sanders. He got another cross check and then a shot to the head. And now I do think I understand why Rob Horn, because the shot to the head, you know, there's a lot of machismo out there. It's gang type behavior, and it's very important that these next 2 minutes and 35 seconds don't get chippy, because it can be reasonably foreseeable that some Benilde players are going to want to take their shot. And so it's good that number 18 is out of the game, Darby Sanders, for his sake and for the other players' sake, because the temptation to retaliate is going to be high for these guys. A lot of pride. And just, you know, the game behind the game, intimidation and all that sort of thing that goes with it. And this is a very high contact sport. In some sense, I think it's rougher than ice hockey because there's just less padding. Okay, now back underway, player advantage. 22-3 our score, 2:35 remaining, and the clock is still not running. There we go. A little slow on the switch there. Not saying that I don't enjoy being here doing the broadcast, but this game is over and they need to get it over for both sides. That's why I almost questioned the timeout. Was like, you know, don't make it more painful for the Trojans. You call a timeout, they can't wait to get out of here and on the bus, put this behind them. But I think hopefully it was just to remind his players to stay classy, even if the Trojans get chippy. Now Leishau, Burns, and Leishau's gonna take a shot. So they're not letting up, and maybe that's how they can retaliate, is just score some goals here. As that ball will remain in the Red Knights' possession, and Dowden takes a shot, and that's another way you can punish him, by just taking your hardest shots and having it go off a shin. That's gotta hurt. Some other body part. I'm not at all suggesting that's what they're doing. I think they're trying to score, but I wouldn't want to feel that. And Jackson Leishau says, take that, for taking a shot at our player, as he gets goal number 24. Jackson Leishau. And Carson Brandt gets another assist. Clock continues to run now. 1:11, 1:10, 1:09 remaining. Our score 24-3 here. Winning moments at the McQuinn Athletic Center. Now 1 minute remaining. Back to the center circle. 44 seconds, and Wayzata wins that. Nice draw there, taken by number 1, Kazra Lindrup. And now that's 22, Mason Moore. Now Wayzata trying to get a goal here late, and a save by the freshman, Axel Esco, as he's perfect in nets tonight. I don't think he gave up one goal since he came in, and now the Red Knights into the offensive zone. That's number 2 with it, Finn Murphy. And the ball comes around to number 10, Casey Ryan, who scored 2 quick goals late in quarter number 1. Now with 2 seconds remaining, and that should do it. Dowden has it, and he'll hold on to it. And there is the final whistle, signaling the end of this semifinal game. So for Paul Broden, our producer, and everyone connected with our production at ParkTV 16 Sports, my name is Robert Christensen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again on Wednesday for the championship matchup in Section 5.